I am more particular in removing the guilt, not the sins, because the sin itself is Maya. The guilt is quoted to say that I am sinner. So let us not become a victim labeling ourselves as sinner. Let us be more aware and do this process. Om. Namaste. Before we proceed further, as and when possible, it becomes essential and necessity for us to get a booster within ourselves. Because when we climb a hill or a mountain by walk or by any vehicle, we get little tired. So as and when we feel little tired, we have to stop or slow down and give a momentum. In that way, this very particular YouTube video will serve as most important for all those disturbed minds, all those guilt minds, for all those who feel that I have committed mistakes, I have no one to submit my problems, I have no one to confess my faults. And as such persons who feel guilt always carry the guilt instead of accumulating the happiness, instead of accumulating the bliss, or instead of accumulating the comforts in life, we keep going on accumulating the pain with pain with pain. All the time we feel we are sinners. Although I have been repeatedly telling, no one on this earth carry any kind of sins. But every individual carry the sin in their mind. Everyone carry lots and lots of sins in their mind, not in deeds. Until the awareness comes to us to this extent, to this point of realization, we have to do this process. Papanasam or Papa Vinasham is the process. How it comes? We have earlier discussed 6 ripus, which are the internal enemies, our own enemies by our own self. Arishadvarga. 6 dangerous enemies within us. Kama, the lust. Krodha, the anger. Lobha, the greed. Mada, the arrogance or ahankara. Moha, the delusion. It is caused by avidya or ignorance. Matsarya, jealous or jealousy, being or getting jealous over others' comforts or growth or prosperity. These 6 ripus which are within us and enemies for our own self are more dangerous. In order to overcome, sometimes the individuals go and approach the lowest mean practitioners or weak practitioners of some magics and approach 6 type of methods. All these are not advised at all, but still one or other way we are forced, or someone forces, or someone advises us to seek these methods, which are Shantikaran. That is, when a person is very angry on us, creating a peaceful situation. Although it is creating peaceful situation, we are not allowing the flow. As a result, this is also one of the bad method. Vashikaran or subjugation. The third one is Stamban or stopping or putting hurdles to someone. The fourth one is Uchchatan or eradicating or making a person to run away from a place, leave everything and run away, creating terror or terror-like situations. The fifth one is vidveshan, that is creating dissension, making the person to discard and run away, or ignoring or discarding such a person, or discarding the person, making him alone, such acts. And finally, maran, bringing or inflicting death or death-like situation for an individual. Having achieved all these things, at a later date, when we see that person on whom we have aimed the arrow becomes the victim, sometimes we start carrying guilt. Sometimes when the person is suffering, as a result, we come and see our own kith and kin start suffering without any reason. Then someone advocates or someone advises or someone comments that anything done on others would reverse back to us. As a result, immediately our mind starts striking, picking up the guilt, and we feel we are sinners. I have done this sin. These kind of sins, sometimes picking up bad habits, getting drug addicted, getting drinks, having over intoxicated, losing the balance of mind. Imbalanced mind behaves in a very unorthodox way, brings very bad name for our behavior. When we come to normal sense, we did not know what we did, but others surrounding us, other than us, are the witness to all our bad behaviors. We throw out so much of vengeance, vengeance-filled words, sentences, accusation, etc. All these things, one or other situation, bring guilt in us. This kind of situation creates a duality within us. I am good, I am not good. We are not able to decide. I am pure, I am impure. Duality. We are not constant in one place. We are oscillating between good and bad. Ultimately, psychologically, it could weaken us, our personality, our behavior, our approach, our handling anything. All these things happen because of having committed something which brings pain to others. It is not a sin, but we have labeled it as a sin and we suffer. By inflicting pain on others, what we suffer later is much more than the pain which the person on whom we inflicted the injury suffers. This becomes the reality. Ego always takes side or sides with Maya. Maya is a materialistic creation. It is just a bimbam. It is not real. It looks like a pillar. It is not a pillar. It looks like a horse. When you go near, it is not a horse. This is Maya. It appears to be so, but it is not. Most of our fears appear to be dangerous, killing us, but most of the time they are Maya. They are not real. This is how we get fooled by our own ignorance. If ego brings some kind of short pleasure to us, it may be a passion, but it would be an evil passion. It almost empties all our resources available with us, which could have been put into for some constructive purpose. We miss the track and go on the wrong track. When we are simultaneously in a spiritual path, with this attitude, the ego, the ignorance, our mistakes, our injuries on others, all put together loots all our spiritual resources and makes us guilt instead of a spiritually owned person. Through this Arishadvarga, the person becomes the prisoner under the bondage of the six ripus. Namaste. You cannot see anything in troubled water if something is fallen. If the water is not calm, we cannot find anything. The moment the water is calm, it will be very clearer and we will be able to search what has been lost in the water. Whether it is Adhyatmika or spiritual life, Bhautika or material way of life, Dharmika or religious way of life, Laukika or worldly life, whatever it may be, you must have focus. One has to have focus. You must have clarity. For this, one must have peace of mind. Once the mind is calm, the mind is clear like the water, then everything falls before you. One will succeed and excel in whichever field you are there, or one will succeed and excel in whichever field they choose. Akshara Dhyana helps you to reinvent your life. Get initiated into Akshara Dhyana and reinvent your life. All the very best. Through the process of embracing a sound and meaningful spiritual path, we are able to come out and we will be able to come out, and we are also coming out of such disturbed situations. As a result, whatever acts we commit are committed either out of desire or out of anger. These are the only two reasons. The reasons what I have quoted is maybe six ripus. But when we closely analyze, we find the desire and the anger. These are the two things which spoil our future, which misguides us most of the time. We become victims of these two things, which are anger and desires. These karmas may be washed very easily with a little more awareness and with a very small process. Once we do this process, we can renew the same process every month on a particular day, so that each time we do this process, we become more aware not to do that particular mistake what we did last month. Most of the mistakes, as we discussed, is as a result of ignorance. When we do this very particular process, what has been suggested to us by our forefathers, our seers and our rishis, we will be renewing our thought and thought process, so that we become aware. Whenever we touch the knife, we think in a different direction, to say that knife is not to injure others, knife is to cut the vegetables. That kind of thought process will run on. That kind of thought process will run in our mind. That positive vibration to create, we can do this particular process every month on a particular day. It could be taken as a confession to ourselves for all the sins what we think that we have committed during the intervening period between the last process and this process of today. There is no sin, but unfortunately, it only generates a type of guilt in your mind. I am more particular in removing the guilt, not the sins, because the sin itself is Maya. The guilt is quoted to say that I am sinner. So let us not become a victim labeling ourselves as sinner. Let us be more aware and do this process. Okay? By this way, psychologically we are empowered, and we empower ourselves and we are empowered. Because carrying the sin works as the antithesis of the otherwise calm and relaxed mind. Once we are not relaxed, anxiety enters, stress, becomes the order of the day. Guilt pops up again and again, and we always feel we are not equal to others. Then the inferiority complex binds us. So let us think what is the solution to come out of it. Our rishis have given a very, very meaningful sentence in the form of japa. For practicing this japa, which over a period of time makes us in samastiti with no sin, no virtues, ready to fly condition. We have chosen to start this japa from the 20th September 2021, Monday, which is a full moon Poornima day. Moon is always connected to the mind. So in our mind, we will always have a feeling that our sins are reduced. So as the moon reduces, we will have a feeling in our mind. On Amavasya day, it becomes zero. Again from Amavasya to next Poornima or next Pournami, we may feel that we have been ignorantly again increasing the sins. So when next Pournami comes, again on that day we will do this japa meditation, Dhyana, so that all those accumulated or all those we feel accumulated are erased and made to zero. So that is the reason we have chosen Pournami day for this particular process. Papanasam. All our papas, all our sins are washed on this day. After listening to this particular video, you listen 1 or 2 times if you want, but take the message straight away into your mind, understand it. After this is over, I will be giving that sloka or mantra. Within your mind, I will guide you in the next part of the video. This particular process we have planned to do it on the coming Poornima day, the 20th September 2021, Monday, from 8:15 p.m. to whatever time you wish to choose. It may take at least 15 to 20 minutes, after which you will go into silence, no feeling guilt. We will be nearer to God and we will be in Dhyana, in Samastiti. In the next part, we will meet at 8:15 p.m. on 20th September 2021. After this, every month on a full moon day, that is on Pournami day, those who want to join this process by clicking the link given in this YouTube, you can join our WhatsApp group specifically created for Poornima Dhyana by giving 3 things what we want: your full name, your age and your gender. You are a male or a female. Only these 3 things. Beyond this, do not give anything. I repeat, do not give anything. If you furnish anything, namaskara, thank you, Om Sadguru Babaji, thank you, I welcome, any such things which come along with your message, you will not be added to the group, and if you have joined the group, you will be removed from the group and your number will be blocked. Because we want to reduce the number of information. We don't want too much information of you. When we need, we will collect. For the time being, just to join the group, to give you quick guidance only, we are making a WhatsApp group. Every time we will not be in a position to make a YouTube video, edit it, send it to the studio, get it edited, make it perfect, fulfilling the YouTube rules. All these things take more time. So WhatsApp group are within our control, or within our reach. That is the reason we are giving. So join this and make use of it. At 8:15 on 20th September 2021. If you have subscribed and pressed the bell button, you will get the video at 8:15. Do not send any message on that day in WhatsApp. I am waiting for the message, I want to join, I am interested. No such things. Please don't do that one. Any person, any member doing so, I am telling you, we don't want. We want quality members, not quantity members. Another video will open up on 20th September 2021. Till then, Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.